3, 2, 1. Come on, hurry up. People who are still in the hallway drinking coffee, could you please run to the room? Have a seat and be quiet, please. Run back to the seat. Come on, hurry up, guys. We're losing time. We have a lot of questions to good applicants that I would like to take, but now we're losing every second. We're losing 1/10 of a question. Ripin rapin. Up, up. And once you're seated, please close your mouth. Shh. I was just about to praise you guys for how awake you were after such a tiring international night in the first session. I was really happy about that, but now I'm also really disappointed that you cannot keep attention to your clocks, to your watches during the breaks. We had a long break, everybody had enough time to drink the tea or the coffee. And like I said, we have a lot of interesting topics that we would like to take all the questions possible, but if you're late yourself, you cannot blame me for not taking your questions. Okay, we will continue with the same point, number 33 applicants. And next up, we have VP of PR, Marios.
Dear Council, my name is Marios Kyriakidis. I'm from Xanthi, and it's my very great honor to stand before you as an applicant for the position of Vice President of Public Relations for the 25th Board of ESTIEM. In the next few minutes, I would like to talk a little bit about myself, about my ESTIEM background, about what I've been doing as a Public Relations Committee leader, some of my goals for 2015, and after that I'll be very glad to answer to all your questions. About me, well, my name is Marios. I was born and raised in Germany. I lived there 13 years, and currently I'm in my 3rd year of studies as a production engineering and management student in Xanthi. I'm 21 years old, and apparently I really like mushrooms. Going on, ESTIEM background. I was introduced to the ESTIEM network in 2012, 2 weeks after I enrolled as a freshman in my university. 2 months after that, I was actually elected as a local vice president of public relations, and in order to gain more knowledge but also expertise in public relations, I decided to join Central ESTIEM, which I did in January 2013. So I joined the Public Relations Committee, which was a very nice decision, a very good decision in my opinion, and I've been active there since then. My first event was in Eindhoven. It was the 47th council meeting, and after attending this event, I was very motivated and inspired to work more in ESTIEM, so I decided to explore the CRC. One of my tasks there was to approach around 100 universities worldwide in order to seek fundraising. But my biggest milestone in ESTIEM was after council meeting in Portugal, because that's when I was appointed as the Public Relations Committee leader of 2014, which I still am. I'm also the local responsible of my local group, and I joined the magazine team since council meeting Istanbul Bozici. And now I took it a step further, and I'm standing in front of you as an applicant. I would like to talk a little bit of my accomplishments as a Public Relations Committee leader, which I'm very proud of. First of all, we set up a new structure for the team. To be honest, when I took over the committee, it was not in a very healthy state. We didn't even have a handful of people in the team. But as you can see now, there are very motivated people and very dedicated people that developed this year's public relations further. Online PR strategy. At the start of the year, we defined which social media channels we should use, why we should use them, which time, and what content to publish. Also, one example would be this timeline. This is how we planned to actually raise awareness about LinkedIn in ESTIEM. This happened during the last coordination meeting. I'm very, very happy about this point. We had a very good cooperation with ESTIEM projects. Not only did we help them with the PR materials, but we also assisted them this year with defining their own key messages, which I believe is very important for the project's image consistency, but also for ESTIEM's consistency. And we're also always there to help them with feedback whenever we see something that doesn't work so well. Design materials. This year we actually created a timeline for the process of creating all design materials, all necessary design materials for Council Meeting Budapest. This is the timeline that we used. We tried to follow it as strictly as possible. And I believe we did great because we delivered the necessary files in time, and we actually as well had many people that were involved in this process. Improvement in the consistency of our image. This is a point which you can't really clear out. You can't really say if you achieved this. It's very hard to define. Something that happened during the summer, we decided that all ESTIEM events in Facebook should be branched under ESTIEM's Facebook page. Because previously, individual profiles, random pages were doing that, and this was harming actually ESTIEM's image. Now I want to talk a little bit about my goals for 2015. Generally, all my goals are connected to each other and lead to one big goal. The big goal is to improve our professional image towards external stakeholders. Because I believe that we do an amazing job and people don't know us yet. First of all, the ESTIEM magazine. I want to keep on the strategy of positioning the ESTIEM magazine as the IEM reference publication in Europe. I want to improve the process, the implementation of the processes in the team of the magazine, and also make use of the achievements of this year's achievement. We will have an online online magazine issue this year, and I believe that we can use it efficiently, and that it's very important to use it efficiently. Online PR. First of all, I want to maintain the level of activeness we had this year because we increased it a lot. I want to use LinkedIn and ESTIEM as efficiently as possible because I believe that you students and me as a student can benefit a lot of it, but also the image of ESTIEM. It's a very professional tool, and I believe that we need to use it more. I want to increase the reach in our online presence and the value of our visibility, and also promote achievements as much as possible. There will be a professional video for ESTIEM, and I believe that stuff like this has to be published and promoted as much as possible online. Sustainable printing solution. This has been an issue for many years in ESTIEM. There are many ESTIEMers and designers on providing design files, creating beautiful things, the magazine, posters, stickers, and more. And it's really, really bad for those people if the final result is not good. And it's not their fault. The fault comes with the print shop and the cooperation that was decided there. So I believe it's very important to actually set up a central print shop cooperation in ESTIEM and ensure that the effort of those ESTIEMers won't be in vain. but also ensure that we will have high quality content, high quality materials, and that everything will be delivered in time. Now, one thing that I want to mention is that, as I told you previously, I believe that the STEAM is as industrial engineering and management students in Europe, the only industrial engineering and management organization in Europe, does an amazing job on an international scale. And I also believe that this year we had huge improvements in public relations. I'm really dedicated and I'm really prepared to dedicate 1 year of my life in order to improve the image of ESTIEM as much as I can. And anything I will do if I'm going to get elected will be for one reason. I have a vision for ESTIEM's public relations, and I want to get to this point. I believe that ESTIEM should at some point be an organization that is worldwide recognized and respected by its external and internal stakeholders. And that's actually it. Thank you very much for your attention.
First of all, I would like to ask if anybody else is willing to apply for Vice President of Public Relations. Zorana. Okay, we will have a competition. No, if nobody's willing. Okay, then don't raise your arm.
Is it muted? So the questions are not raised in the live stream itself. They are raised in another system, Google Moderator. There was also a link of this in the email. Is this solving the question, the issue?
Okay, we will continue with the GA, and I guess live stream is good. If not, then the people will work on it. Yeah, in case no other applicants, then we will move on to questions. We again have some minutes, and we will take questions to Marios. Okay, I see 4 arms. That's good. We can start from the right, and then go to Jonas Klimmer, and Bart, and then Tom, and already stand up so that the microphone girl knows where to come to.
Hey, my name is Reka, Budapest. Firstly, I would like to say thank you to you and the design team for all the inspiration and the know-how that you provided me from when I joined the PRC. And therefore, I would like to ask if you have any plan to educate the people who are interested in designing, and how would you do that, because we have these foreigners all over Europe.
Thank you very much for your question. It's a very nice question. We actually plan to implement webinars and all the designing softwares that we have in ESTIEM for ESTIEMers and make them public. We are actually also working on updating our best practice documents. So I think that's how we can, at the moment, educate ESTIEMers over the web, because we also have trainings like training events like the PRCR school, where participants can learn about designing, or the working groups and trainings and council meetings, but that's not enough. So we will focus on webinars this year.
Jonas, LG Karlsruhe, Budapest, Lund. You mentioned sustainable printing solution. Do you also have ideas for making it more environmentally sustainable?
Thank you for your question, but at the moment I haven't thought about this yet, because I still haven't even made a list about which companies I would like to approach and how this would be possible. But then again, I would be very much looking forward to have your input on this.
Yeah, Bart, local group Eindhoven. Thank you, Marios, for the great presentation. You've done a lot of work in the last year. And I have only one concern that I want to ask for your opinion about it. If you get elected as a board member, it means you have to give up your leadership function, and you'll probably move more towards a facilitating role in the board. So who's going to pick up on all the work that you've been doing in the last year?
Thank you for the very good question. I'm actually very happy to say that I have 2 persons in the committee which are considering very strongly to apply for this position, and both of them are very involved and know what to do. So I think that won't be a problem.
Hold on, Tom. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
We need time for the secretaries. Even though they are good, they're not like, yeah, they're no machines. Yep, you can go.
Okay, Tom, Eindhoven. Quite some of your goals are like more for the actual leader. For like your magazine goals are usually more for the magazine leader, and the PRC goals are like for the PRC leader. Will your role be mainly like supporting them on these things, or are you gonna take the lead on this?
Thank you for your question. I think it's a very difficult question as well. It's a team process. I don't take decisions alone. I will work with a team. I will involve alumni as well and experienced people that know about the situation, and then reach a conclusion together. I hope this answered the question.
Thank you. We will take a question from Pekka, and then from
Pekka from Oulu and Porto. You said that you want to ensure the consistency of ESTIEM image. How will you do it?
Thank you for the question. This is especially hard to implement, but we had a nice idea in the Public Relations Coordination meeting in Sevilla to actually create a task group in the Public Relations Committee that will try to, the only aim of this task group would to check design files, to check how local groups actually use their social media channels, what kind of social media channels exist about ESTIEM, which we don't know about because this happens a lot. And therefore, we can work with them together and improve this and tell them how it should work like.
yes, and then Edith, you will also get your question, so get up, please.
Fethi from LG Istanbul Yıldız. I'm going to ask you, do you have any Twitter strategies like for ESTIEM?
Thank you very much for the question. Yes, we actually have, and I think we started working on Twitter again before 2 months. And today I learned that we already have a 25% increasement in followers. So that's quite nice.
So the last question from Edith.
Hi, Edith from Eindhoven. Sorry for the voice. You had a lot of PR goals, but I was wondering if you have any general ESTIEM goals. Like we heard from some of the applicants, we heard some wider scope. So I would like to hear your general goals for ESTIEM for next year.
Thank you very much for the question. I think this is something that I would work on with the board if I'm going to get elected. But I would also say that my vision for public relations may sound very PR-like, but I think it's a general goal for ESTIEM, and that it's something that we should work on all together. It's not only PR. It's generally the behavior of every ESTIEMer.
Thank you, Marius. Okay, thanks for the song. We can sing later, and Jonas can maybe come dance with me, show me the dance. But last but very definitely not least, we have applicants for president of ESTIEM.
It's on.
And we start with Teemu Metsola.
Okay, thanks guys. You're taking my presentation time, so unfortunately I'll have to cut you off now. I want to start with a little short story. 15th of September, probably an ordinary day for you guys. For me, it turned out to be really special. On this date, 15th of September 2010, I received a really interesting email. At the time, I didn't really know what it was about, but further reading through it, I learned that I had just been registered on the ESTIEM portal, and I'd become an official member of ESTIEM. Looking back at that date, I was really new. I didn't know what I was doing. I was really shy, as Finnish people normally are, but I was even more than Finnish people normally. So I still remember my first council meeting, having the quorum at the beginning of the day. I was so shy that I did not even want to stand up in front of you people and sing a small song. So for me, it's really beautiful to see how I've been able to develop myself throughout the years and be standing in front of here, and also see how the organization has gone forward in this time. So that's why I'm really proud of myself to be addressing you as an applicant for president of the 25th Board of ESTIEM. So I will go through the agenda, a bit more about myself and what I've done in ESTIEM, my vision for ESTIEM in the future, some of the goals and focus areas I have for ESTIEM, and finally summarize it all up and give you some time for questions. So, who is Teemu Metsola? I'm 24 years old. I'm originally from Kotka, Finland. The final year of master at LUT, Lappeenranta University of Technology. I already gave you a presentation yesterday about that. Really nice university. And throughout my whole life, I've had a lot of international experiences. I've lived 4 years in the United States of America, and I also did one exchange semester in Karlsruhe, Germany, last summer. I'm a really active student member. I'm currently in the faculty board in our university. I've been there for 2 years. I'm also in our student union council, and also our entrepreneurship society, so I have really a wide background of different activities in student life. I'm really passionate about sports. This game here is kyykkä, very popular with Finnish people. I also like ice hockey quite a lot. And from what I've understood from ESTIEMers, I'm also very huggable and I should like hugs. So my path in ESTIEM. In 2010, like I told you, I joined ESTIEM. In the beginning, I was only active on local level, more CR and events organizing. And in 2012, I met my first ESTIEM event in Portugal, Europe 3D Porto in Coimbra, and really sparked the ESTIEM spirit in me. So after getting active on local, then I moved on to become local responsible of Lappeenranta in 2013, and also getting active on central level in committees such as the Technology Management Committee. Being local responsible of Lappeenranta was not easy. We had trouble getting events, trouble getting members, but now it's really easy, really leading for me to see that now of the 8 board applicants we have here, 4 of them are associated with Lappeenranta. So I consider myself to have done an okay job. And this year I've been the KMC leader, so involved with a really central position in ESTIEM, helping all the project community initiatives, regions, and shaping ESTIEM further. All in all, I've been to over 25 events, participants in organizing, over 10 of them are strategic, and 5 consecutive council meetings. So, my vision for ESTIEM. I want ESTIEM to represent the future leaders of Europe. I want ESTIEM to be a recognized and professional platform, academic and self-development, but moreover, it was also for me, I want ESTIEM to be an experience. I want ESTIEM to be an experience with an open environment of different cultures, ideas, and friendships. That can mean for you, for example, only having that international night that you don't really remember, or being able to develop yourself personally into much more than you are right now. My focus areas for next year will be 3, central ESTIEM, local groups, and external relations. But most important of all, the foundation for this all is an excellent team. We spent a lot of time with all the applicants, discussing our ideas, our plans, team dynamics, and I'm really happy to say that we're going to have a great bunch of people for next year. So, to the goals I have. In Central ESTIEM, I want to enhance our communication. I want to have transparent communication that reaches everyone who's involved, and that the information is available on time. This would mean, for example, before council meetings, proactively getting involved on the portal, on the forum, and opening discussions so that they're not done 1 week before the council meeting. I want to foster collaboration within ESTIEM, with all projects, committees, and different regions being involved. This means leaders' chats, joint coordination meetings, and so on and so forth. I also want to continue the strategic thinking Board 2014 has taken into ESTIEM, and also widen that to include, for example, committees and other bodies of ESTIEM. And of course, I want to ensure that the 25th anniversary of STEAM will be a great success. For local groups, I want to develop and support local groups. So I want to implement service-oriented thinking. What could committees, projects, initiatives offer local groups? How can we help them? And I want to offer support regardless of their size, age, or experience. We don't have to wait for somebody to get an exclusion warning to help them, actually. I want to listen to the needs of local groups and individual STEAMers. I want proactive communication, and all ideas and people will always be welcome to join a STEAM, like I was back in my days. For external relations, I want a professional approach to external relations. That means professional image of STEAM. I want the STEAM to be taken seriously wherever it's mentioned. I also want to work more on the STEAM ambassador position that's been worked on since 2012 introduced it on the portal forum. I want to have more focus on external partners. This means regular communication and mutual value creation with them, not just giving them one-year visibility offers, but working more on this. And also intensify corporate relations thanks to the Corporate Relations Committee. And it's gone.
Can you pause the time? Can you pause the time, please? Okay, we can continue.
Yeah, and then finally, I want to increase possibilities for academic and self-development. So I want to collaborate more with external stakeholders. They offer a wide variety of professional and self-development activities. We could be involved in them and they could be involved in ours. I also want to focus on our people, listen to what we actually want, what type of events, how do we want to develop ourselves, and take these into account when we do what we do. So, quickly to summarize, I'm a hardworking guy, I'm quite experienced, I'm really honest, so you can always approach me and I will give you an honest answer. I'm really, really motivated to push STEAM forward. And with the vision for STEAM that I have, and the goals and focus areas, I think I will do an excellent job next year. That's why I would like to give you Teemu and vote for me. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Teemu. Now I would like to ask if anybody else would like to apply for the presidency of STEAM. In case we have no further applicants, we can continue to questions to Teemu. And I would like to raise your arms. And we have again limited time, but we will take the rest then in the discussion sessions. And let's start here from the front and then go to Lappeenranta. And then the rest I will... So keep your arms up.
Okay, Marta from Eindhoven. What is your vision on how to conserve transparency with a growing number of events in STEAM, especially for the people that are not used, that don't know STEAM already?
So can you elaborate more on transparency, what you mean in this case?
Know what different events are, what I mean, because it's a real lot of events when you enter STEAM. And the number of events is growing.
So you would mean, for example, differentiating between projects so STEAMers know what type of different events we have and how to get involved in them? Did I understand correctly?
Yeah, but keep the transparency, keep it transparent for the people so that they know what they can enter.
So they can... I don't really understand now.
How do you plan on keeping it clear for people what they can do in a STEAM when the number of things is growing and it gets really...
Okay, well, of course, I want to be transparency as in we communicate what we have and what we offer, so people are generally aware of what we have. And also keeping a strategy also on what we offer, so we can't be having only coordination meetings, we can only be having 50 Europe 3D events, so keeping balance in that. And with that, of course, Vice President's activities will also be helping with the event side of that, so a team effort, I guess. Does that answer?
Jukkis from Lappeenranta. How do you see the future of STEAM? What is the biggest challenge for it and what are you going to do for it?
I think one of the biggest challenges STEAM has right now For the past 5-6 years, we've been growing really exponentially and fast. And I guess we've been also kind of shocked and awed at that. We've had a lot of local groups, a lot of projects, initiatives, committees. So it's growing really fast. So seeing actually the strategy for the growth is one of the big things to focus on, how we will go forward from here.
Thank you. So we take the question from the left, yeah, and then Tavi is the next one.
Dennis from LGN Karametu. You mentioned about local groups, supporting local groups. Do you have any specific plan for the local groups which are
Thanks for your question. Here, proactive communication with the local group. Getting in contact with them is the first thing, seeing what the problem actually are and seeing how we can help. For example, in Knowledge Management Committee, we've been taking a focus on local groups, how we can support them in our area. And also I would like to take this further and for each committee, for example, how they can support.
Thank you. So Tavi, then we take from the right. You, yeah.
Hello, Tavi from Tallinn. Can you please say something that you would have done differently than your predecessor?
That's a tough one. I really liked what Nuno and the board has done this year, so and working closely and having also my opinions taken into consideration, that's a really tough one. But I guess for me it would be having an even more team spirit, so not just in the board, but also including all leaders in decision making and taking that more into account.
Hi, Jelica, local group Belgrade. Te mu šta ima, brate?
Evo, ništa pleja.
Thank you. So we take the next question from Nuno.
Nuno, local group Porto. Thank you very much, Temo, for the awesome application. Really proud. One of your main tasks as the president is to convey the aspirations and the motivation and inspire all STEAMers, but you'll have to be especially paying attention to your team and your co-boardies. So what will be the main message you want to transmit to your co-boardies during the whole year? What would you like them to learn and develop in their team?
My team, I would like to have personal development growth and also having it as a family, doing together, being one group, and having being friends while we're doing everything. I see ESTIEM as a network of friendship as well.
Now we will take the question here, but we have to wait a second. One more second. Okay.
Hi, I'm Andreas from Berlin. Do you see a need of concentrating the task and the projects of ESTIEM, or do you want to expand even more with relations and projects?
Sorry, could you repeat the last part?
We're getting more and more relationships, for example, to America, and more projects. Do you see that we need to concentrate more on ESTIEM-based task projects, or do you want to expand even more?
Thanks for the question. It's a really topical one and a good one. We've been talking about the ESTIEM ambassador position, which is, for example, Best is using this. So this person is more or less responsible for external relations and helping with that area. That would take some pressure off external relations for us and dealing with other student organizations, and for us to focus on more internal things, for example. But to start off, I would really like to go inside out, so having a really strong central ESTIEM, and from that we can start building on outwards.
Thank you. We take a question from the live stream.
Jeffrey from local group board 2010. Teemu, what kind of leader will you be in the board?
Thanks for the question, Jeff. I will be a team worker. That means I will listen to everybody, take their needs into account, and being honest. I believe that a group of a really good group can always achieve more than individuals.
João Correia, local group Aveiro. Okay, imagine you have the great opportunity of being inside an elevator with the big CEO for 30 seconds. How do you sell ESTIEM?
I would sell ESTIEM as an experience and organization network that they've never seen before, because we are unique. We're students of a specific study, we're European, and we're really professional with all the fun and work as well. So I would see as being a unique thing that they've never experienced before.
Thank you. We're out of time, but I will allocate 3 more minutes because I think these questions are important. We take one from here, and then again one from the Dutchies. You have to decide with yourself who takes the question.
Alex from local group Bucharest. My question for you is, you mentioned you want us to be seen as a professional organization for the external stakeholders and partners. How would you make sure that the play hard policy of our the play hard part of our work hard play hard policy won't influence our reputation and our image for the external stakeholders?
Thanks for the question. ESTIEM, as we know, is a work hard, play hard organization. I would not take the play hard out. That's what we are. That's our identity. But we, of course, don't have to always promote that as well. If we are approaching companies, we, of course, focus on the work hard parts.
Thanks for the question. So next we have Eindhoven.
Tom, Eindhoven. How will you involve more STEAMers in the discussions which are in, for example, on the forum? There are always just a few people responding. Everywhere, every discussion, there are just a few people. How will you actually involve more people?
Thanks for the question, Eindhoven. For example, I see regional being a really good place where we can discuss the forum topics as well, taking people's input in regional coordination meetings. That way, it's not just the same 10 to 20 people around the forum, because a lot of people read the forum, but they might just not comment on it.
Thank you. We'll take the question from Gregor and then from Busra.
Gregor, Munich. In 3 words, what is different a year from now about our organization?
Image, professionalism, and ESTIEM spirit in 1 word.
Thank you. So the question from Busra.
Firstly, Büşra from ESTIEM Alumni to you. Firstly, thank you so much for this amazing presentation. I just want to ask you, being president of ESTIEM requires a lot of high devotion. So what are you planning with your studies?
Thanks for the question. I currently have 1 semester left of my studies, and I'm going to skip that semester for 2016, so I will be only focused on ESTIEM. No other student organizations, no studies.
Okay, let's take 1 more question from the guy in the middle.
Hi, João Coutinho from Algoporto. As a president of ESTIEM, it's not enough to have international experience and be an honest person, although this is important, of course, but you must have a general knowledge of all positions in the board to help everyone. Do you think you have in fact this knowledge like a PR or finance knowledge, for example?
Yes. I'm the knowledge management committee leader. So we, for example, deal with feedback of all events. We have an overview of everything that's happening in ESTIEM based on events, and we're an event-based organization. We're supporting all projects, all committees, all initiatives, all regions, and all local groups. So I believe I have one of the best overviews of ESTIEM.
Thank you, Teemu. And again, I'm really happy that you have a lot of questions, and I don't mean to discriminate anyone. I just cannot, or I'm trying to let everybody have their word at least once. And we will have time for the further questions in the discussion sessions. So Thank you, Teemu. So, it is time to move forward and finally close point number 33, applications, and open point number 39, report about the mentoring program. And for the dance, this time I would like to invite my partners from here, from the front, from Belgrade. So Maria and Rade, could you teach me a dance? I have no idea what it will be, but I want to see it. I mean, singing is a lot of fun, but dancing is also a lot of fun. And apparently you can learn a lot of dances from your fellow esteemers. Okay, so now I would like to invite Nuno to present the mentoring program to us.
Hello again. So this mentoring program is a joint initiative between ESTIEM Alumni and esteemers. And this year I have been coordinating this initiative together with the project leader on the alumni side, Bart Jutta. And he will tell you, he prepared a video because he couldn't be with us. So we will show his video and you'll get to know all about this mentoring program, the Growing Together program. And then if you have some questions, I'll also be here to answer.
Hello esteemers, I would like to give you a short update on the mentoring program, Growing Together. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude that so many people applied this year. 42 students overall. In the end we selected 25. Also on the alumni side there was a lot of enthusiasm and we started out with 33 mentors. I put a few people on the reserve list because they were less experienced. We slightly changed the criteria with regard to last year, and we put a bit more focus on leadership, meaning people that made a really difference within ESTIEM. They were valued more, and also people within ESTIEM who are really helping out others to grow as a person, in the jobs they are doing within ESTIEM. They also got more points in the process. We had a far broader group of students that applied, meaning geographically broader, really from Turkey up to Sweden, from Finland down to Portugal. So that was really pleasing to see. On the alumni side, we even have alumni applying for a mentorship. Brazil, one from India, also was somebody from Japan. So you can see that we have a really global focus meanwhile with this project, which is fun. Feedback I got from the alumni was that they were really pleased with the quality, if you may call it that way, of the students that approached them. So so far so good. A few things we would like to do different from last year is to give some more time for the students to also learn as a group. We see that a lot of students are in the late years of their studies, so that means that they will graduate soon, have to apply for a job. And we think that in the process we can also give some, let's say, online courses or online short seminars where students can actually learn some of the basic stuff of applying for a job, because that is something everybody has in common. There may be other ideas. I'm really open to hearing from STEAMers what they would like to do as a group, and then we can facilitate that from the alumni. Last but not least, I would like to wish all the students that participate in the program all the best, and have a lot of fun in learning with your mentors. For some of the students that were not selected, there may actually be an opportunity to join a little bit later if we find sufficient good matches with the remaining mentors that are there. And otherwise I would say, yeah, apply next year, because I think we've laid a foundation for a great tradition, and I hope it can last for the next decades. Alright, thank you, and have fun of your council meeting.
Okay, thanks Nuno and Bart. So we have some time for questions, but you obviously cannot ask Bart now, so you have to ask Nuno. But yeah, so let's take one from Yannick.
Hello, Yannick from local group Brussels. Do you think there will be more mentors available for teams that apply in set in the competition rather than individuals?
What you're talking about is the mentorship for Business Booster.
For example, yes. So
yes.
Teams rather than individual people.
So what you mean is, and I will explain to everyone, we had also some mentors that wanted to give a little bit more insights into entrepreneurship. And we said, okay, then you'll not become a part of the Growing Together program, you can directly support Business Booster and some teams that want to create a company. So that's something different from this program. Just to make it clear, it's not the Growing Together program. And I don't know the current situation, how Bart is recruiting alumni for that.
Hello, I'm Bogdan from Belgrade. I would like to ask you, are there some kind of reports about the outcomes of the previous mentoring program, and what have those mentees accomplished through the program? Because I know some examples, but it might encourage other people to apply also, because I personally think it is an awesome thing to do. So.
Yes, thank you, Bogdan. I think Bart prepared a report earlier in the year. If you're interested, then you can check on the portal or ask me later. But I think he prepared one middle term report, let's say, but no end report from last year yet, as far as I know.
Yep. Hello, Rade, local group Belgrade. I have a question related to structure. Basically, there is this kind of a fusion between ESTIEM and ESTIEM Alumni, but to which structure does it belong? If it's an ESTIEM initiative, why doesn't it have a leader?
Yeah, so that's an ESTIEM initiative, and the leader this year was me.
Okay, thanks for the question and for the answers. Yeah, I think that's it.
So just one last comment then. Thank you, Bart, if you're watching the live stream, for the awesome video. And to all of you, applications for the next edition will open in September 2015, most likely, if you continue. So I really would recommend all of you to apply. I also applied this year, and hopefully going to get a lot of insight from my mentor. So keep this in mind for next year. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Then we will close agenda point number 39, report about the mentoring program, and open agenda point 3, introduction of the IEM Foundation. And Marlies, she here? Yeah. Marlies, do you know a dance that you could maybe teach me? Okay, then I will do a quick move and then we will continue because we are also late of the schedule. Okay, so please.
Good morning, everybody. I just want to start with saying that I feel really gratitude for being here in the council meeting. And something I noticed very much this time is that a lot of new ideas popping up and the direction in which things are going, I really feel very encouraged by it, and it makes me even more strong to stand here to talk with you about the IEM Foundation. Because next year we will be celebrating ESTIEM's 25th anniversary. 25 generations of ESTIEMers have been building on ESTIEM, and you are doing it now. You're shaping ESTIEM, and you're growing yourself, you're growing ESTIEM, and you're growing each other, because you are creating opportunities also for other people. Now, the question we have is it possible to actually make a step forward together and actually increase our contribution to our society? ESTIEM started with a very small idea. Actually, it was a big idea, but it was a small step. There were some German students who had this crazy idea of bringing together students with an IEM background. And this idea fell in really fertile ground, and there were people like me walking around with similar ideas. And when we got together in Graz in 1990, we put together all our different ideas and created what we now know as ESTIEM. And we wanted to start ESTIEM because we wanted to foster our relations between us, within Europe, because we believed in a united Europe. And we decided that the best way would be to work with a network of local groups, because that would make a sustainable organization for the longer term. And you have proven that that's right. You are still growing it, and it's developing at an amazing speed. And what we also decided is that we would create activities and events, and that would be the way to actually foster the relations. That's the thing that we need to actually make the goal happen. Now today, you are ESTIEM, and you are this huge network of people in Europe. You're reaching out to 60,000 students, which is an amazing amount. When I tell people about it, they just can't believe it. And what we did as well is we started ESTIEM Alumni almost at the same time, because we wanted to keep building these relations, being professionals. And this has developed as well, and we have now 25 generations of IEM professionals who still are in contact with each other. And then Jim came to ESTIEM, and he did a lot of good things. And one of the things he did was to start again to bring professors of IEM together. So as APM was born in, I think, 2010, and it's growing. So now we have these 3 different networks. We have the students, we have the alumni, and we have the professors. And we see a huge potential here. So what if we could cooperate even more between those networks? And what if we could embrace a greater cause? And we believe that with the foundation that was born half a year ago, we have now the willingness in the networks to actually make that happen.
So what we want to do, we want to use this momentum that has been created by students, professionals, and professors. And we want to use this momentum to actually embrace a greater cause. And to embrace a greater cause, we need all of us. All of us to find why we're going to get engaged to make our world a better world. And so we're going to go through different steps. First, we're going to define why exactly should we make a step forward and make this world a better place. Then we'll invite you to help us defining which path should we use to actually make this world a better place. Like after defining which cause we want to support, how we're going to reach this greater cause. And then at the end, defining all the different steps. What are we going to do about it? We know the path, how are we going to achieve that? What are all the different steps we want to go through? And for this, for the IEM Foundation, we will have a timeline for reaching out this lighthouse for the IEM Foundation. So first, until Christmas, you'll have time to provide and submit your ideas of which cause as a community we should support. Then until Valentine's Day, you will have time to provide us on insight on how exactly we should reach out to this greater cause. And the last step would be until Easter, so approximately around the 3rd of April, we're going to organize a convention where everybody will be invited and welcome to join us and to work on all the outcomes that we gathered from all the different causes that people would like to support as a community, all the different, how are we going to reach all these different causes. And during this convention, we would like to wrap up all the information we gathered from our community and define together what will be the lighthouse of this IEM Foundation. And so now the question is what are you going to do about it? Well, it's times has come for you to take your step forward and join us in this idea. Personally, my personal cause that I support, and I've been supporting this already for the past years, especially being involved in STEAM, is just I support all youth organizations because I believe they can shape the future of our world. So this is one cause that I personally support. What about yours? What are you going to do about it to make this world a better place? And we would like you to submit your ideas, this great project that we want to define together. So you're more than welcome. And so this is our goal finding competition, which aims at defining the lighthouse of the IEM Foundation. And it starts now. So go to the website. You can read more about the whole process if you, as a reminder. And please contribute, help us to define this greater cause that we're all going to support together. Thank you very much.
And I just want to make known to you the people who have been involved so far, so that if you have any questions or things that you know who to reach. So may I ask the people who have been involved so far in the IEM Foundation to stand up. The people who've been following the discussion, who've been helping to shape the ideas. And then there's some alumni who were still missing. They are coming in a bit late. They're coming in now. Yeah.
Okay.
So please go to these people and or go to the website, and it is explained there. And we really would like to invite all of, because this is really, we now have the technology to make it not just a group of 20 people deciding what the lighthouse will be, but make a group of 5,000 people decide what the lighthouse will be. So let's use it, and we invite you to join.
Thank you a lot for the presentation. We have time for... We have time for 1 or 2 questions if you have something important. Otherwise, you are having a working group today. So...
Yeah, we have a working group right after lunch. So if you feel like getting more insight on how this competition is going to roll out, how people are going to be able to contribute to this goal-finding competition, then please join us during the working group.
Thank you a lot. And yep, we have to move on. So alumni is finally here. Okay, so I will close agenda point number 40, introduction of the IEM Foundation, and open agenda point number 38, ESTIEM Alumni plus teaching the ESTIEM song. I'm pretty sure the alumni could teach me to dance something. So once you come to the stage, maybe you can help me with that, with my challenge.
Mute, please.
Have everyone up here? Good. Hi guys, so we are the ESTIEM Alumni, and before we start with the presentation, it would be nice if we could all introduce ourselves. And so you say your former local group, what you do for work now, and how many council meetings you've been to.
Well, I'm not the longest old, but I can start anyway. From Torben Schumacher from local group Hamburg, started with ESTIEM in '92, and now working for Bosch in Stuttgart. You will hear some more later, so I hand over the microphone. Thanks. I stopped counting at 20, so.
Hi, my name is Ingrid Gumpelsberger. I'm from the local group Graz, and I'm now working in Vienna at the company Bosch. Yeah.
My name is Robert Glavar from former local group Vienna. Right now I'm working in Vienna at Fraunhofer, Austria, and yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Council meeting.
I don't know, maybe 5, not so many, like not close to 20, so.
Yeah, I'm Manuel from local group Cape Town, and I'm working now as an architect. And my first council meeting was this year in Istanbul.
I'm Israel. I'm still undecided whether I consider myself alumni, but many of my friends have stopped studying, so I hang out with the alumni. But I also like the ESTIEMers still, so I'm a junior alumni, so I can also encourage all of you to apply for the alumni as soon as you feel like it. And I've been to 10 council meetings in a row.
Yeah, my name is Raphael. I belong to local group Kauzerei. I'm studying in Zurich now at the ETH. I've been to like more than 5, less than 10 council meetings. Can't remember.
Hi, I'm Thibaut Maffei from local group Grenoble. Now I'm working in Lyon for Alstom Transport. And I've been to 6 council meetings.
Hey, I'm Gregor from local groups Hamburg and Munich. And I just graduated last week, so I'm a fresh alumni. But I'm really happy with the status right now. And this is my 10th council meeting.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm from local group ILMA now, working for a year now in a media agency in Düsseldorf. Probably you won't know it because it's a media agency. And actually, this is my first council meeting.
My name is Andreas. I'm from local group Göteborg. Nowadays, I live in Odessa in Ukraine, where I run an IT consultancy business. Yeah. 5 or 6.
Hi, my name is Jessica. I'm from local group Gothenburg. Göteborg. This is my third council meeting, I think, so not too many. Sorry, don't look so disappointed. I work in Munich for a company called Retail Solutions.
Hello, my name is Jean-Yves. I'm a former student from Grenoble. And I'm currently working in Istanbul for a company called Sanofi in the supply chain department. And I'm not going to comment on that. And yeah, it's my 8th council meeting.
Yeah, my name is Martin, local groups Eindhoven and Trondheim. Currently live in Trondheim, Norway, working as a consultant at EY, formerly known as Ernst & Young. I've been to 20-something council meetings. And the first one was actually here in Budapest in 2001.
Well, hello, my name is Flo. I'm from local group Paderborn. And currently I'm living in Munich, working at BMW in the logistics planning department. And this is my council meeting number 5.
My name is Marlies van Laarhoven. I used to study in Eindhoven. And I currently live and work in Amsterdam as a strategy consultant, currently under my own company. And the number of council meetings, I was in 3 council meetings in the 90s, and then I was in Istanbul, and I'm here.
Bahar Akıncı from former local group İstanbul Boğaziçi. Yes. I graduated in 2013, and for a year now I work for Unilever in supply chain department. And I've been to 9 council meetings.
Hi, I'm Guido, local group Eindhoven. I'm working for Tata Consultancy Services, living here in Budapest, and about 5 council meetings, but 9 alumni meetings, because we have those as well. So who wants to take over?
Okay, well, we don't have much time left, but the presentation is really short, and the main goal is to tell you about that there's life after ESTIEM and after graduation, and it's ESTIEM Alumni. And as you can see, we are really cool and fun and easygoing people. So where do I yeah. Okay, so as said, you are a network of IEM students, right? So we want to keep this, and we want to stay a network of IEM professionals after we graduate or during our studies. And we still meet up for events all over Europe. And the cool thing is that we can still stay in touch with the ESTIEMers through the alumni network and the cooperation with the ESTIEM board and ESTIEM. Right now, none of my co-boardees were able to make it here, but they will make up for it in Riga, that's for sure. So we have Susanna on board for president, we have Marcus, VP of Finance and Admin, I'm the VP of Public Relations, and we have Yanin, VP of Activities. We were actually elected in Budapest in June during the alumni meeting here. So we had a cool picture from that. That was actually where we were having the GAs, just saying, that's how cool the alumni meetings are. So, okay, 5, okay. So we have around 1,000 members, not there yet. We have the alumni with us, we have the junior alumni, and we also have the alumni applicants that you can, we'll get to that, yeah. So we are pretty much everywhere. You can find an alumni everywhere you go. So what do we do? How do we meet up? What do we organize? We have alumni meeting, as said, once a year. This year it's in May during Whitsun in Eindhoven. And we attend the council meetings, we have round tables here and there all the time, and we have sports events. And it's not official yet, but we are having a sailing event this year, very, very likely. The dates will be announced later on. So 2014, it was a busy year. See? So we've organized roundtables almost everywhere. We had one in Sao Paulo, Tokyo. We had one in Singapore, I guess, hopefully. And we will have one in Hong Kong during the upcoming weeks, and Istanbul, Munich, and places. So how are we in touch with ESTIEM and how can we help you? We want to stay involved with the IEM Foundation that Marlies told. And we also we are your contact persons in companies now. You can go to the alumni portal, you can log in with your ESTIEM credentials, and you can actually search the alumni working for companies there. And we also have this contact me for part, so if I want to be contacted for fundraising, you can actually find us that are willing to help there. We're also trying to support ESTIEMers in their activities. I think we will have a presentation about mentoring program later on, so I'm not going to go much in there. We did it. You did already? Okay, too bad. Okay. So how can you join after all? So if you're in the last part of your studies and if you're about to graduate, you can apply to be a junior alumni on the portal, or if you're not in the last part of your studies but you feel that your active ESTIEM days are behind you, you can also apply to be a junior alumni. Or after you graduate, you can actually apply to be a regular ESTIEM alumni. And we vote upon the applications in every council, in every alumni meeting, and it's really easy to get in, so no worries. And we have a membership fee. It's we elect it every year. We decide upon it, and last year and every year we decided it's €0 now. So it's not like we don't have a membership fee. We do. It's €0. So I think we have 1 or 2 minutes, but we would really appreciate if you could actually find us. We will be with you today for lunch, for a working group, and we will be at the Halloween party, at the gala dinner, so you can always approach us and ask your questions there. So I would maybe give the lovely bodies some of the minutes I have left. Right? So thank you.
Thank you, alumni. We have time for questions. So if at least Bahar, if you could stay here to answer questions from the people. We don't have unlimited time, but we have some time. So please make short questions. Where do we have the microphone? Yeah, let's start from Krasimira.
Yeah, the question come out the alumni, especially the ODs. You have the overview of how ESTIEM has developed in the recent. What do you think is the direction we are going into? What we are becoming more of and what we are becoming less of?
I think that is a very interesting topic to discussing, and to discuss, I would like to do that over a beer tonight. I don't think we can come up with a serious answer within 30 seconds. So,
thanks for the great answer. I'm really happy with that. And I would like to point out that it really, like, if you have this kind of questions, just talk to the alumni. We don't have unlimited time. So if you have something that you would like to clarify, ask the alumni. Now is the time, but otherwise, let's have the discussion somewhere else. So let's take these 2 questions and then one from the live stream. Keep it short, please.
So, Marcia, Local Group Porto. Well, currently I'm the Vision Project Leader, but I think other project leaders also share my thoughts. So if we would like to get some let's say, support from the alumni, how is the easiest way to get it?
Okay, we
for the
actually
projects?
we actually had some approach for times, I think. Right now, we try not to use the emailing list for that kind of request. So we really try to have these things in the newsletter. So we are having a newsletter in mid-November, and the deadline for sending in articles is in a week. So you could write something for the newsletter, or you could use the alumni portal to actually find some specific companies and people who work there. So we could be your. You could just send an email to board@alumni, and we will be your guide. So.
Thank you. Rada, did you have a question? Yeah. Please, quick.
Rada, Belgrade. Can we have another STEAM song just by the alumni so we can hear some melody in it?
Sure, yeah.
As you know, it might have gotten lost through the years.
Okay, but first the question and then the alumni STEAM song, and then we will finish.
From the live stream, Geoffrey. What the current STEAMers can learn from alumni, and why the only possible answer to that is STEAM spirit?
Start singing.
Thank you. Apparently, even within the ranks of alumni, some people have forgotten how to sing it properly. But that's okay. Thanks a lot, alumni. Next up, we have a really a presentation that we all STEAMers are really happy about. So please, Bosch and Torben.
How do we get back here? Can you go black it? Just black it for a second. Okay. Hello. First of all, Mr. President, Bordis, Professor Plath, STEAMers and alumni, I'd like to thank for the opportunity to speak here again and give some words about my life after STEAM at a company called Bosch. First, some more words about my person. My name is Torben Schumacher. This is my third council meeting in Budapest. I started with STEAM in '92, so I'm already second generation if you compare me to Malis. And I've been rather active, have been president '95. After the STEAM time, I joined Robert Bosch in Germany as a management trainee. Since then, I've always been working for that company in several functions and locations in Munich, Stuttgart, some towns close to Stuttgart, in Malaysia, in Leuven, close to Brussels, in close to Karlsruhe, and now back in Stuttgart. On the flight here, I was thinking why actually, or what made me think European, so why am I here? And I think as tomorrow, it will be 25 years after the Berlin Wall fell. So the iron fence in Europe broke down. And a couple of months earlier, the first little hole in this fence was made open here in Hungary. And after that, hundreds, thousands, millions of Europeans demonstrated all over in these in the former Warsaw Pact countries for democracy, rights, and freedom. So I think that is the time when I started to think European, and I still do. And if we look around nowadays, I think it's still, of course, fighting for in Europe and around it. So I would like you to remember to think about why you became European, why you're here, and always stand up for democracy, rights, and freedoms. Okay, but I think there was something else I was here, but for what I'm getting paid for, which brings me actually to this guy. I think he could go well now as a hipster from New York, but this is Robert Bosch. He already had a long time ago, besides his technical ideas, an understanding of what society should be. So already in his time, after the First World War, he was trying to establish better connections to France. He was donating a lot of his money to social issues. He introduced, as a first German company, a 40 hours working week, coming from 50 or somewhere, a free Saturday, and stuff like this. And at the end, he died in 42. He gave basically all his property away to a foundation. So the company of Bosch is 92% owned by a foundation. After some transition period since the 1960s, the foundation has spent the profits of Bosch to social issues, to better understanding of people, international relationship, education, and matters like this. And that's for me one of the main differences of Bosch to other companies. It's not we work for some anonymous shareholder, not even for some private owners. We work, as everyone do, very stressy days, but in the end the money we gain goes to some good purposes. So what do we actually do? Our slogan is technology for life. So if someone from HR department later asks you, what did Torben present here? Some things you have to remember. Technology for life, to make life more safe, more economic, more comfortable. Like, for example, the ESP system saved a lot of lives. Diesel injection systems saves a lot of fuels. More silent washing machines saves a lot of families. Smaller cordless power tools, which are actually sold to more than half to women. So now people with some feeling in their fingers can also build something because they don't have to hold 2-kilo engines anymore. Gearboxes for windmills. We build a technology for an Energy Plus house. A very interesting thing, sensors coming from cars, from ESP systems. But now they are in at least every second smartphone. So if your screen is flipping, most of the time it will be a Bosch sensor doing that. And besides automotive, also mobility and other means, we are market leader for e-bike engines. All this is put together in 4 business sectors. Automotive, which does anything in the car which is not the car or the engine itself. Industrial technology, machines, packaging machines, and so on. Energy and building systems, security systems, like cameras up there, fire warning systems, stuff like this. Consumer good, lawnmowers, power tools, household appliances, etc. All adds up to around 50 billion. These are figures from 2013, 15 billion euros, and about 300,000 associates. So it's just big and does a lot of things to remember. Biggest part is automotive, and also we are a very European company, and half of our turnover is made in Europe. So to sum up, big, 50 billion, 300,000, technology for life if someone is testing you. And I think if I look in your faces more, it's not possible that you remember. So, but which are the ways to join us? While you're a student, anything that is normal for students to do is possible at Bosch. Internships, diploma thesis, we have a follow-up program for students, scholarships and so on. Pre-master and PhD program. I'd like to focus on two things, which I personally think is very important. Over the last 16 years, I had quite some ESTIEM interns in my department, which always have been successful. Resulted in one vice president and one president, and one vision project leader. And well, was also helpful for the company. Here it says everything from 1 to 6 months, considered more 3 to 6 months, anywhere in the world where we are. If you apply in Germany, I strongly recommend that you have a quite good command of German. It also makes the internship for you more valuable. It's possible without, but it's easier to find something then. The pre-master program, Bosch was quite early in adapting to the bachelor-master changes in Europe. So what we offer is between bachelor and master a year at Bosch. So it's something like a program. You will be more or less in one department and small sidestep in others. Also maybe to make up your mind where your master really should go. Some people decide after the year they don't need the master anymore and stay in the company, but that's not the intention, so we really look for people who want to continue with the master. In technical or commercial fields, so anything open for IEMs. And, okay, that's not more. And I think that is much more, you learn much more than in an internship. And it's a very good preparation for a master's program because it brings you some professional experience before you go into the second phase of your studies. Once you're finished, there's also several ways. Direct entry, you apply for position and you're hired. And we have 2 trainee programs, which is the junior management program for people who want to do a boss career, let's say like this, and the specialist program for people who are more interested in the technology issues. So the graduate specialist program is more focusing on engineering, but that doesn't mean that it's not open for IEMs. Well, I jump over that. The junior management program is also what I started. Gives you 18 to 24 months in different departments, 4 to 6 months per department, at least one step in another country. So if you start in Germany, then somewhere else. I was in Malaysia. If you start in, let's say, Spain, then most probably your international stay will be in the headquarters in Germany. All functions, controlling, logistics, purchasing, etc. I think, which is always neglected, which I didn't consider myself as a good field for IEM, is purchasing. Purchasing in an industrial company is actually negotiating a lot, external contacts, you have quite high budgets to decide upon, and it's perfect for IEMs. It needs management skills, it needs cost calculation, it needs engineering, hardcore engineering. So I nearly had thrown away my papers from mechanical engineering, but I had to pull them out again and read again how alu die casting works and how stamping tools put together and stuff like that. So, now I would like to wake you up a little bit and make a little test with you. If it's okay with you, anyone who can, please raise. Just stand up. Because here we have the prerequisites. Jim, you're probably not going to apply anymore, so it's okay. As usually, they are ranked from least important university to most important globally minded. So we start from the bottom, and if you don't feel it fits to you, just sit down. Globally minded. Anyone not globally minded here? Okay. With initiative and responsibility. Oh, 1 or 2 go down now. Maybe too tired this morning. Team playing skills. Okay. Creativity and flexibility. Entrepreneurial mindset. For my tongue this morning. Still there. Leadership potential. Oh, 1 down. Above average professional commitment. At least 3-month experience abroad. Let's take from that equals with maybe 4 or 5 ESTIEM events. Oh, okay. And as I said, the rest is not so important. What I have to do now is take a picture, and I hope you don't mind that we do some face recognition afterwards, and the contracts will be sent to your home. So, now I'm already at the end of the official presentation. I have 5 minutes left. Feel free to ask me any questions about the company, about my job, about opportunities as Bosch, working industrial company, etc. You with the red shirt, please. Yeah, you.
Hello, my name is Cyrus from local group Eindhoven. Thank you very much for your presentation. I was wondering what is the visibility of ESTIEM within Bosch? For example, when I apply for an internship, for example, within Bosch in the Netherlands, do recruiters know what ESTIEM is if I tell it in my CV, for example, and do they know about the collaborations of ESTIEM and Bosch in other countries than Germany?
Very good questions. I'm afraid that in the headquarters most HR people will know, but they are of course hiring also from other sources. So what is important is to describe what ESTIEM is about. So for them it's like extracurricular activities and what you have been doing and international. In cities close to some ESTIEM university, the recruiters probably know, like Eindhoven or Karlsruhe, etc. The ESTIEM is a known brand. Does it help? Okay, next one.
Hi, my name is Louise and I'm from Stockholm. You were quite active in the beginning of ESTIEM. How did your activeness in ESTIEM help you in your work?
Every day. First of all, working with other people in international environment. My own department, we have Germans, French, Brazilians, Czech, Hungarians, and I hope I didn't forget anyone. And around is much more. Mexican, I forgot. But I think most important is patience and understanding for decision-making processes. It is a big company. It's not you decide yourself what you want to do and then it's done. You want something, you decide it, you persuade people, you try again, someone is against it, you do it again, you do a working group, you do a workshop, and you start all over again. But then in the end, if you as a small little person change something and let's say 5,000 other controllers worldwide change the process from the next day onwards, that's kind of a delightful experience.
Could you just stand up if you have a question? That's the easiest way for us.
Hi, Jukki from Lappeenranta. Many job applications state that entrepreneurial mindset is needed. What it is and where do you need it?
Always these difficult Finnish questions. I think, well, that's what HR people put there. What you really need is to understand what actually the company wants, what the goals of the companies are, and try every day in your work to support them. That's what I would think is entrepreneurial spirit or mindset in an industrial company. You're not inventing your own business unless you're asked for doing so. Does that answer your question?
Not the way I like it.
Which way would you like it?
Well, to be creative, take on new...
Please wait for a microphone. Linda. Thanks.
From my perspective, to be creative, take on challenges, and to accomplish things and get things done.
Well, then it's better than mine. Fits 100%. Thanks. Any more questions out there? Yeah.
Hello, I'm Bogdan. I'm from Belgrade. First of all, thank you for the presentation. I would like to ask you about Deutschland Stipendium. What does it consist of, and is it only for German students or is it Europe-wide?
Which stipendium did you?
It was Deutschland Stipendium. I have only the German name. I remember only the German name. It's scholarships for students in general, or? I'm sorry, I'm not an expert in that. In generally, all things that we offer are open to anyone. Some are, of course, related to the country where they're issued, but that doesn't mean it's only open for Germans. It's then open at least for all EU citizens, of course, and most of the time also open for anyone else. I know there's scholarship for students for very specific technical directions, PhD students and so on. But if you want to, we can check for that later a bit more in detail. Thank you.
Do we have any other questions? We still have time, so there's no need to hurry. Yeah, then just stand up if you have a question and you will be brought, the microphone will be brought to you.
Hello, Josh for Forum 2080 Israel. So, besides being a manager, very experienced manager, what challenges do you face, and you cope with it? That you try to solve it with your IEM skills? Are you still find yourself as an engineer, or like more manager than engineer? You got me?
Well, in the company, I think that changed several times. When I started, I was very much focused on IT and software solutions. Then I went to like hardcore technical purchasing, so then all the mechanical engineering came back. Now as a manager, it is for me very important the technical background to talk to our engineers and to our purchasers. So they always, I'm doing controlling in purchasing, so they always try to explain to me why something should be more expensive than it was last month. And then it helps you very much to understand that you don't need suddenly more aluminium to die cast, it's the same and stuff like that. Otherwise it's more the management skills and the, well, I would say organizational skills that are left over. So I think I use much more of what I learned in ESTIEM than what I learned at university. Over there, please.
Bart Eindhoven. I'd like to share an experience that I had with Bosch, and I would also like to ask then for some advice. It's a bit in line with what Cyril said. I went to an in-house day of Bosch in Amsterdam, because I heard about Bosch in ESTIEM and I was interested. But then I arrived in Amsterdam, and actually I found myself surrounded by, I don't know, 200 other Dutch students, and none of them really had this ESTIEM spirit, or, you know, I didn't really feel in the, like I was in the right place, surrounded by the right people. So lots of HR women walking around who had absolutely no idea, of course, yeah, what ESTIEM is. And it left me a bit, but I do feel that Bosch must have some place where you can fit as an ESTIEMer. So I would like to ask for advice if we looking for a job within Bosch. How can we either bypass this formal way of getting through there, or how should we know where we actually fit? Where is the ESTIEM spirit in Bosch?
If I can change the role for a second and more go to the ESTIEM role, I think Bosch has a problem there, hiring sometimes the wrong people. And you mentioned the HR women. They sometimes have a strange mindset of what we need. So back to the official part. You mentioned bypassing. That's actually one part of the solution. Doing an internship, a master thesis, or a pre-master program, of course, bypasses you all the official processes of applying. Second is, if you apply directly, as I said earlier, you have to explain what you did in ESTIEM and what you learned there. The name ESTIEM, the brand ESTIEM, you cannot expect that it's known in the company everywhere. I know ESTIEM is big, and I think stamp ESTIEM should be enough to hire someone, but unfortunately it's not well known enough to all HR people and other managers. Okay, how are we? At the end of the time?
No, we still have time, but if we don't have any questions, okay, we have.
Hello everyone. I'm Samir. I'm from Baku, Azerbaijan. I have a question about exactly Bosch company, and as a member of a headquarter, maybe we can answer to it. What about the collaboration between Bosch and ESTIEM local groups and as well as ESTIEM Europe? As we heard that you have some scholarships for German students. I think that it will not be crucial. I don't have to be studied in Germany universities to have support from Bosch, or in our country as well in all the world we have some distributions of Bosch. So the question is that possible to see the logo of Bosch between Carl Zeiss or Rolf and as well?
We are working on that. So I'm now half this way, half that role. Actually, Bosch has been a sponsor of ESTIEM for 10 years.
I haven't seen
that. And
that
then
wasn't my turn.
unfortunately, in the crisis, we dropped out. We sponsored, I think, in 2013, 2 council meetings again. Now I'm here, and we try to re-establish things. I'm not sure if it leads to a partnership again, but I would like a more stable relationship from both my perspectives, actually.
And if you will have some initiatives from your side, I think the distributions in the countries will be so interested on STMers in other countries, not in just Germany or in all European countries, and I think it will be so beneficial for as well our countries also. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You say when it's time is over, okay.
Yeah, Hadi from La Peronta. I guess you have participated in multiple international nights. I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite drink, and if you have a crazy story to share with us?
Could you stop the recording, please?
Mute.
Well,
So I guess Nuno has a comment, and that's then the last thing.
Thank you very much, Torben, for being here with us and the amazing presentation. Maybe you also want to tell a little bit when STEAMers can meet you in the afternoon and learn more about Bosch.
Sure. I got the opportunity during the working group sessions after lunch to have this room, so I expect all the people who have remained staying so we can fill in the application forms now. Anyone interested to know more, not only about Bosch, but also about life in an industrial company after STEAM, be welcome to join me here after lunch, and then without recording and without a microphone we take more details. So, thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you a very good council meeting for the rest of the time. Thanks.
Vielen, vielen Dank, Torben. Und, sorry, yeah. And then we will move on. Not yet to lunch, but first some announcements. And I guess Kata has an announcement. Yep.
So I have actually more announcements. First of all, if there are people here in this room who did not register yet, please go to the registration point to our office in the coffee break after the working groups. So not now, after the working groups, go and register, please. Thank you. The lost and found. Everything is here in a table, and please take your stuff. One really important point, if you took the wrong jacket home, for example, or you took something home that does not belong to you, please try to find the owner of this jacket, for example, because we have a nice alumni who lost his jacket. It was black. And please, if you switched it up with someone, just try to make it up and find the owner. Thank you. The next announcement. During the working groups, please, leaders, working and participants, everybody, please look for the numbers on the corridor at our office. So, leaders, please don't go into the office, wait at the numbers, and you will get all the stuff that you need. Thank you. And yeah, now we will have a group photo, so please go down to the photo after you found your stuff. And one more important stuff, don't stick, please, any stickers we asked you, and I'm asking you all, again, don't stick stickers on chairs, floors, anywhere. And also, please, we know that you party, and we also can party. LG Budapest is also awesome party members, but please don't destroy the place where you at. For example, at the pool party, we had some damages. Just take care of yourself and take care of the rooms, the party places as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kata. Next up we have Malna. Shh, stay seated. It's still the same rule. When I say you can go before that or until that, you sit down.
I have a short announcement. The Europe 3D wristbands arrived. These are really, really cool. And Kubilai has them. So in order to get them for free, just take a photo of yourself with panda hats, pandas, a selfie, and put it on Facebook. Or you can also get, take it with Europe 3D glasses and put hashtag Pandi, like Pandi-E. And then approach Kubi with the photo and he will give you the wristbands. Okay, that's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Malna. So then, Sorana has an announcement.
Yeah. During the first coffee break, we had a lot of local groups that already took their magazines, so I'm really, really happy about that. I want to thank you all. Already 75% of the local groups took the magazines, so that's really efficient for the first coffee break. But the rest 25% that didn't take them, please go to the organizer's room and take your bags, and they will be there. And I still have some ESTIEM wristbands left.
Thank you. Finally, something from me, or first of all from Nuno. He wanted to say that everybody who was part of the, or is part of the mentoring program as a mentor or a mentee, join Nuno at lunch. Did I get it right? Good. And another thing, we will have the